A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid is a dark academia tale of mystery and romance, a coming-of-age story centered around Effie, an architecture student in a time where women are just being allowed into universities. Effie answers a call to use her architecture knowledge to help rebuild the manor of the recently deceased, famous, and beloved by Effie author of Angard. However, nothing is as it seems, and Effie must work with another student, Preston, who is also at the manor, to uncover these mysteries. A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. I finished it a couple days ago, and it's one of those books that when you are done reading it, it kind of changes you a little bit. I think in a good way, of course, and you just kind of feel like you can't go back to the person you were before you read it. I don't know if anyone's ever felt that way before about stories that they read, but I feel it all the time. It's like it changes a part of who you are, and it's always for the good, always for the better, and I kind of love that. I personally really love this book. I really enjoy this author, Ava Reid. I think her work is just done just so well. There's just something really unique about her writing. And this whole book has a very dark academia feel to it, which I personally really love. I really like that aesthetic and that feeling. So for me, this was a perfect fit for me. The main character, Effie, was a perfect fit for me. I loved her a lot. I can't recommend this book enough. So definitely make sure you go get it. It's definitely probably one of the top books I've read this year so far. So highly, highly recommend. Besides the main storyline, this book also sheds a light on institutional sexism in academia, the predation of men on women without consequence to them, finding your own voice, and also showcases the relationship between author and reader. The main character is Effie, who I related to in so many ways and was so proud of her growth in and throughout the book. I love that the main character wasn't some hero that broadcasted her strength in all of her bravery. This really showed that you can be a hero by learning just how to survive, that even us anxious girlies can become the heroes in our own stories. It gave me hope, and all the more made Effie feel very real to me. I also fell in love with the second point of view, or the second character, Preston. I loved how real he was and how he eventually made Effie feel safe. I also loved their witty banter back and forth, and loved that he could be a knight in shining armor and yet didn't have to be so dominant. He was very understanding in how you should treat a woman. I almost hope for an eventual continuation of their story. I would buy it probably within a heartbeat. And I just fully believe that this is something Ava Reid could do because she's just super brilliant. And sometimes a second book just isn't as good as the first, but I know she could definitely do it if she wanted to. So if you like dark academia, fantasy, mystery, some romance, a coming-of-age story, with a female lead, I highly recommend A Study in Drowning. You will not regret reading this book.